Welcome.
Thank you.
So we are shooting this video to share your journey so far that you're going through having a cancer patient, and also share with the community about your experience and also the help and support you need from the people around you and the community around you. So would like to know a little bit about yourself, how your journey has been so far. When did you discover yourself to find out when you're having cancer? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, wow. Hello everybody. My name is Paul Mock, for those who know and those who don't know. I'm a director and I make TV commercials and documentaries and whatever. I guess over the last 2 years ago, I basically got sick, and the doctors found out that I had a bug growing inside my stomach, which I had contracted. And they sort of gave me lots of medicine and things to try and get rid of that. And finally it stopped hurting me and was considered that I didn't have it possibly at that time. Then I started to get better, and then suddenly I got sick, where I woke up one morning and as usual, and about 10 minutes I felt like I hadn't been sleeping. I fell asleep, and basically on and off for about 5 or 6 days I slept literally round the clock. I had totally no energy. I was in the Philippines at that time. I came back to Hong Kong, where I live, and went to see the doctor, who said you have to have a colonoscopy. You need to check out what's going on. I flew back to the Philippines to have a colonoscopy, and they confirmed that I had stage 4 cancer, which obviously was quite a shock because I had no record or anything. And mostly every time I've been checked up, I was in pretty good health. And also it was quite surprising to the doctors, because I pretty much been a vegetarian for a very long time. I'd eaten healthy, all the things that one would contribute to cancer, which of course now I know is not so. Within like about 5 or 6 days of going to the hospital, having a CT scan and MRI, they found that I had cancer in my colon. I had a tumour in the colon. I had a little bit of cancer stretching over into the liver, which is quite normal, and I also had nodes in my lungs. So it was quite a big shock, but strangely enough, I didn't have the feeling that I'd always had for other people who I encountered who had cancer. I used to feel so sorry for people, and I used to feel very emotional about it. I would cry and so on at that time. But anyway, I suddenly realized that I have cancer, and it became a little bit of amazement. I've got cancer. And very quickly, because I'd been with quite a few friends, because at my age of 17 years of age, a lot of my friends are in the age group to get cancer, etc., etc. And some of them had, quite a few of them had passed on by, from having cancer and from having chemotherapy. And they always told me, oh, don't ever have chemotherapy, because it's the chemo that kills you, not the cancer, which I really believe, because I nursed with some of them and it was not a really good thing. Anyway, I went to the hospital, they did all these tests, and they said, yes, you've got it, go and see the one word I can't say, which is oncology. I think that's right, but I'm still working on it. Okay, I went to see this doctor, and they said, okay, so you've got stage 5 cancer, so we're going to start you on chemotherapy today. and there was actually a guy standing in the doorway with rubber gloves on and what have you, and I said, but I'm not going to have chemotherapy, I'm not going to have any radiation, I'm going to do alternative treatments, which was a very big surprise to them. Anyway, so I went down that road, and I'm still going down that road right now, no chemotherapy. The doctors still take care of me, they're very kind and they're very good. If I get anything wrong, they will get me to hospital and they take care of me well. I don't have any treatment, it's generally just a precautionary, because as you know, if you have a tumour, it will bleed at times to tell you what's going on.
So tell us a little bit more about the alternative treatments that you're doing.
Right, well, there's alternative treatments, I class this, these are the alternatives. There's chemotherapy, there's electric treatment, and then stepping outside of that into the non-abrasive, there are many things available, too many to mention right now, because I went in and researched them with other people. This was just about just about Christmas time this year. I was probably at my lowest peak at that time. I had stage 4 cancer. I couldn't really walk on my own. I was pretty much in what they call a bad way, I guess, And but to me, I decided that no, I'm going to work with my cancer. I'm not going to just lie down and wait for whatever to happen. So I started to go onto this bioresonance machine, which is quite an amazing machine. And I started a course with that. That actually goes in and it basically balances your body. It does all these kind of things. Too much again to mention right now, but we can always find out about it if you want to. I'm taking supplements. I do infrared sauna because cancer doesn't like heat, not deep heat. I'm also doing oxygen. I have an oxygen machine, and I do that every morning and I do that every evening. I just inhale oxygen. Again, this is another particularly very special thing that cancer doesn't like. It doesn't like, because it likes to kill cells, and oxygen regenerates cells all the time. So this is what helps to keep you going, and the heat from the sauna. And I do the bioresonance machine that I do through the night. It's like a green card that we put in with all the information about my body, and it works on my body through the night. And also I have one for the daytime as well. Take supplements, quite a few supplements as well, and vitamin C, etc.
Great. So from the past 6 months or about a year when you did not choose to do chemo and radiation, what are the changes or how it has impacted you?
Well, okay, here we go. It was amazing. It was amazing, and I put it down to, obviously, to not having chemotherapy, obviously, but moving away from that, it was incredible because, as I said, at Christmas time I really couldn't walk. I was sleeping all the time again. It was really bad. The change was I started to change and feel better. It's such an amazing feeling when you actually have that happen to you. You start to feel stronger. I started to be able to walk on my own, which before I was literally walking, holding on to one or two people. So you can imagine, which was phenomenal for me. I also started to do something which I read about, which was about a Japanese person who also had this, similar to my case with the cancer, stage 4. He decided he was going to talk with his cancer. And I thought about this, and I thought, well, this is pretty logical because we talk to ourselves all the time, but we don't realize it. We actually don't realize that we do talk to ourselves. So when I actually talked to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, you're looking a bit better, what have you done? I said, well, I do bioresonance, I do oxygen, and I do sauna. They look at me like I'm a crazy man, and then I say, well, of course, I talk to my tumour, and at that stage, the doctors all go, okay, we have a strange one here. And so anyway, they bear with me now. Now they're beginning to understand this. They can't do much for me, but they do take care of me. So I started to get better, and then one day I had to go to see the oncologist, and which I still go to see, just to have a chit chat. And they were looking at my CT scan. This was miraculous, and they said, "Well, you have nodes or tumor, especially a tumor in the top left of your right lung, which we can actually feel from here." And she said, "Let me take a look at that." So she got up and she relaxed and she pushed her hand quite deeply in. She kept doing it, and I thought, oh, this is a woman, she doesn't know what she's doing. What is she doing? And she said, I said, well, what's wrong? She said, give me a moment. And she called in her one of her other oncologists. In fact, two of them came in, and they both proceeded to do the same thing. And they both stood up, and one of them said, I find no tumor, no nodes, no nothing. I can find nowhere there. There's nothing there. And the other one said, yes, I confirm with that. I can't find anything either. And she said, yeah, I can't find it. So I don't know where it's gone. Well, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that's amazing, of course. And then I thought, well, that's logical because I'm beginning to feel better, and this is my journey, and I'm talking to my cancer every day, and I'm not being sad with it. I'm not crying. I'm asking what did I do wrong? Because as we all know, we actually have cancer in our body right from birth. It's part of our DNA. It's part of our life. And so obviously we start to do something wrong to our bodies that we don't know. We just don't know about, and that's how the cancer pretty much kicks off. And that was like a great thing.
That's quite a miracle, I would say.
Yeah.
From the time you discovered that you had cancer and it was spread across your lungs, your chest area, and you had nodes, and doing the alternative treatment, it has really helped you to probably go from stage 4 to a lower stage where your cancer, you can notice that the cancer is disappearing.
Physically, I know I don't have any proof as in medical proof, because they obviously don't do any CT scans or things like that, which I think I maybe have to start to do some. I've discussed with a few people, and it's probably good that I have one to see literally where I'm at. We have to do that off-site rather than the hospital, not at the hospital. And but it's amazing to actually get there. And then consequently after that, about the next visit, I went back to the hospital. The oncologist said, okay, you can now assume that you do not have the cancer in your chest and lung area. We have no record of it now. We have nothing, so that's good. And we don't want to see you for 4 months. We have there is a few pills that they give me in case I get pain or whatever, but we don't want to see you for 4 months. We want to see you come back, because he said, well, what are you doing? Because each time you go, you see a different oncologist. So I said, well, I'm doing the things that I've already mentioned. And he said, that's great. Just keep that up, because obviously that's working for you. We can't deny it's working, because 4 or 5 months ago you were really in a bad way, and now you're looking like on the road to recovery, however slow it may be. So I basically hopped and skipped out of there, and ran down the road, did some paragliding, backward swimming, cross country running. I wish, but that will come.
Great, Paul. So seeing that you have really transformed your life in terms of taking this alternative treatment, what support you're currently looking for from the community and also with your treatment?
Okay, I guess in my case, unfortunately, because being a director is a very strange job. You only make money when you work, which is like you don't work for a company or what's commonly known as freelance. Freelance means you don't make money very often, and so therefore, unfortunately, at that stage, due to circumstances, beyond my control, I didn't really have any financial savings, etc. at that time. So I don't. At the moment, at that time, I just basically had no money and I can't work. The unfortunate thing, although I'm getting better, it's a lot slower process. It's not something where, come back in 2 weeks, oh, you're pretty okay, come back in 3 weeks, okay, you're okay. It's a long process, and it's going well, but I need financial help in my living. People have been very, very kind and started to help me. I need donations that I don't have to worry, because the one thing that we found, which was quite interesting with the bioresonance machine, was that in times when I was on the machine being analysed, and I started to talk about some of the things that some of the things that worry me, my cancer marker things went up. The bit that they can see on them, it actually went up at that time. They actually saw it going up. So therefore, I need to keep my stress level right down. And of course, unfortunately, because I've been so used to all my life taking care of myself financially since I was very young, it's really difficult to let go of that, and being on your own with no money. It's quite scary. So I have nowhere to live and whatever. So I need money for basically everything in life, and including obviously any medical treatment that I'm doing and will be doing in the future. For example, I need to do a CT scan. I need to do quite a lot of stuff in that area. And then there's normal things that I have to take every day.
Okay, got it. So great, Paul. This has been a really good talk. I would like to also ask, do you want to leave a message for the people who is watching this video, or also for people who are going through cancer? Is there something that you want to share from your journey so that people can benefit, and also will be your availability to support them in their journey?
Absolutely. I guess, starting from the things that I can offer is the fact is, if ever you feel sick, go to a doctor. Get a checkup every year. They say 50 onwards, but I would say 40 and onwards. Go that way. Take care of yourself. Prevention is better than cure, and as we all know. And I think the other thing when it comes to people with cancer, for those people who fortunately never had cancer, and I hope they never do, and for the people who have cancer or will have cancer, is that we are not special people. We are not aliens. We're not untouchable. You do not catch cancer from a cancer patient. This may sound very strange, it may sound very stupid, but the one thing that you find, I have been really fortunate. I have been incredibly fortunate, incredibly blessed. But what you do find is sometimes with some of the people that you've known for a very long time, they suddenly tend to they've been friends for a long time, they tend to become very distant. I think it's fear. I think it's absolute fear that they get. Something scares them about cancer. And what we need as cancer, stage 4 or whatever stage cancer, is we need to feel comfortable that people around us are going to treat us normally. Of course, if we're sick, we can't go running and we can't do that sort of stuff, but treat us as humans. In fact, treat us a little bit more special in the fact of visit us, talk with us on the phone, talk on, talk on, internet or whatever. This is the thing that we need. We need this kind of comfort. Just talk about normal things. You don't need to keep saying to us things like, I feel so sorry for you. As cancer people, we face up to it. We have cancer, like we have skin, like we have eyes. We have it. And so therefore, what I have been doing since I've got my cancer is I've been offering to anybody who has cancer. I understand what it's like when you first get cancer. You are lost. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. Like many people come and ask me, what shall I do, Paul? What shall I do? You asked me that before I had cancer, I would have no clue. Now I say, talk to your cancer, relax, let's work with it, let's make it work. So what I offer is if you need to talk to somebody, and you will need to talk to somebody, and you do need to talk to somebody, call me, get hold of me, and I'll sit down and go and have a coffee or water, or whatever, and we'll have a chat, and I can help you through what I've experienced from there. There's no hard sell, there's no money, I'm not interested in any of that. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable, comfortable with people, because you tend to be alienated, you kind of get alienated by people. They don't know they're doing it. They smooth you, they make a very gesture, they smooth you when they talk to you, we're so sorry. That alone is already scary. So we need to learn how to deal with that. These people are not bad, they're really trying to help. But, I guess I learned all that and love to pass that on. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Paul, for your time today.
Thank you for yours.